There are so many ways I can kill you.
That will be your last stupid mistake. Hi, I'm Deanie. I am a senior dungeon designer on Diablo 4.
Howdy, I'm Josie, an associate designer on Diablo 4. What are we playing today, Deanie?
So today,
Who's she?
Hi, I'm
Senior dungeon designer.
Deanie. I am a senior
That was
dungeon designer on Diablo 4.
okay.
Howdy, I'm Josie, an associate designer on Diablo
I mean, dungeons are they look pretty good for sure.
4. What are we playing today, Deanie?
So today, I wanted us to play Belfry Zakara, because it is pretty cool. Belfry Zakara is a dungeon that you find on the coast of Hawazar.
Both are level 50 with 0 XP, so this is obviously a boosted character.
It's pretty cool, because it's the only dungeon that is got...
I mean, is it though? Because she was already having like 8 out of 9 elixirs, healing potions, right? So they probably had a difficulty coming here, you know, in order to have fucking one used
the
healing
kind
potion.
of like Zac architecture going on, mixed with the lovely drowned themes all over the place. So it makes it like super unique and a super cool place to visit. The tile sets are basically the
Wait. You see this, right? Can you see this? What?
the look of like they're all the different like looks of the dungeons that we have in the game. You know, your standard caves or your crypts, or in this case these are like Cathedral of Light themed or Zakara themed. Our dungeon artists have this really cool thing they can do where they can add themes to stuff to make it stand out. So we've got like gore if we want like body parts and stuff like that, or spider webs, things like that. This one, however, happened to get a drowned theme, and it is the only dungeon of its type in terms of art.
I think that actually the drowned matched very well with the Belfry Zakara theme, just due to the fact that what we'll find later is there are bells going on in the dungeon, and so everybody knows that there are drowned bells, and for them to be in a church with the church bells, it fits very well.
Are you telling me
What? She says literally the dungeon fits together because there are drowned which have bells, and the bells are supposed to be in a church?
bells in this belfry, Zakara?
Yes.
Alright, Josie, tell me, what do you do?
So it's a little bit of level design with procedural creation with the tiles, as mentioned previously. And then other times we're working with encounters or like adding little goodies on where to spawn shrines, as we currently...
I mean, this rogue's build is not that bad. I don't think so. But I don't understand the build of the barbarian.
see. And every now and then there will also be cursed shrines, and that's a fantastic event Deanie actually created.
I had help.
And the shrines encounter with the
help?
tiles, as mentioned previously. And then other times we're working with encounters or like adding little goodies on where to spawn shrines, as we currently see. And every now and then there will also be cursed shrines, and that's a fantastic event Deanie actually created.
I had help.
So she literally created an event when there are 5 waves of mobs, and the last wave is last wave has like 1 to 3 or more, maybe more elites.
Oh, well, I mean, everybody has help.
And also, those events don't match the theme of the dungeon, because if you are in the, let's say, drowned dungeon, you can spawn like demons and like these little like fallen ones and wild ones, so the theme doesn't even match.
It's a collaborative job. People will create an initial dungeon, and then another dungeon designer will come in and then wind up basically giving both critique and then also we'll make it better
That's
from
true.
there, and they'll
She doesn't even use Hammer of the Ancients
understand,
She
hey,
has
this was
full-
like the core
full
of the
fury.
original idea, and keep that, and then
and keep spamming launching strike.
we'll modify it to fit standards
They're fucking
for
developers,
the
man.
rest of the game on making sure, like, hey, killing all these monsters in this area is too large, so let's actually shrink it a bit. Oh, we still gotta go find another bell.
Yeah, we do a lot of.
Yo, I hate to be this guy, but are they really playing the game? Because if
A bit.
man, I think this is going to be this is gonna sound crazy, right? But if you look at this controller, right? If you look at the girl in the pink shirt, she is using one thumb and her rogue is like going right somewhere.
Monsters
This rogue is moving, right? Which is fine. But
in this area is too large, so let's
watch her right arm.
actually shrink it a bit. Oh, we still gotta go find another bell.
Yeah, we do a lot of.
Oh, maybe it's not sync that much.
It a bit. Oh, we still gotta go find another bell.
Yeah, we do a lot of play tests.
But I thought that the rogue is literally played by someone else or something else, because she did like this little jerky move with the right hand, and the only thing that the rogue did was just turn around, right?
So when someone has a
But
dungeon ready,
I
they'll be
don't
like,
know.
"Hey, can people playtest my dungeon?" And we actually have
Hammer of the Ancient,
standing
please.
meetings specifically for
Hammer
like
of the
when someone
Ancient,
has something
please.
that they want to have playtested, and we'll all get together and like playtest it, and then we have a board where we keep like feedback and stuff like that, so you know, people can have like notes or whatever, and we'll talk about like what was
Please
good,
hit
what
the
was
Hammer
bad,
of
like
the
what
Ancient
kind, like
already.
when we'd offer like suggestions on like things that could
My
change or things that could
God.
improve it, stuff like that. We try to involve as many people as
Or do they want to like prolong the content?
possible. And then, like Josie said, usually at some point we tend to like
Finally,
swap
thank you.
designers on dungeons because collaboration is very important, and it also makes sure that like, you know, if there's like bugs in the dungeon later, pretty much anyone can solve the bug because everyone is familiar with all the dungeons.
Exactly.
So it makes the process go a lot smoother.
That's
Ooh, conduit shrine.
I've been working in a product management for the past 2 years or maybe a year, and I don't think that anybody can do anything within dungeons is a healthy mindset, or maybe healthy like workflow. Maybe they have to like they have to have like this strict log when they like actually like log in every single change they make, or I don't know. I don't see any way how it's going to work properly if this is the case.
This is one of my favorite shrines. I love hopping around. And there's a bell. Okay.
Smash it.
Okay,
Smash it.
this is cool.
Oh, you did smash it. Well, fine. Smash it without me. See if I care. I think the biggest challenge for this one was actually more art, making it look good.
Yeah, I agree. The conduit shrine is one of the most fun.
But there were. I mean, some of it's also just like, you know, making sure it still like fits within like the area that it's in, and trying to find spots for those really big bells. Like we had to make sure that like those fit. You know, and making sure that usually our biggest challenge.
He's gonna die because this guy is cold enchanted, and yeah, he's gonna one-shot her.
Just are trying to like reduce like backtracking as
Right.
much as possible.
Yep.
Because I know that's the biggest
Please hit the fucking Hammer of the Ancient
that
already.
everyone has. So we're always looking for ways to
My God.
improve that kind of stuff.
So, Beanie, how did you wind up going into game design?
Oh gosh, that's a long and storied question. I actually kind of always wanted to be a game designer. Like it's been kind of my dream since the days of Nintendo. You know, back in
Bro,
like the
this
80s.
is so hard to watch.
You know, game design was kind of a like you had to know
Oh,
someone
see-
kind of thing.
And they actually think that this CC train is actually a good thing, right?
So, I ended up giving up on that initially and went to school
She's
for
gonna die.
architecture instead. Got through most of an architecture degree, realized this is really not what I wanted to do, and then game design programs started popping up all over the place. So I hopped into
You don't even move
one of-
out of the. She didn't even move out of the cold AOE thingy, and she's now standing in the fear, so she's going to die.
those. I have died.
No one. She was talking earlier about anybody can report any issue or bug or anything, and no one, literally no one, reported this CC train, right? Like, no diminishing returns, no nothing. You can theoretically get like stun locked into infinity.
Hold on, let me see if I can go get you.
Then,
If you're unlucky.
yeah, so then I went to a school for game design and
Yeah,
learned
she's
the
gonna die
basics
too,
that I needed to know. Got myself an internship somewhere, and then the rest is history.
Nice.
So how about you, Josie? How did you decide that this was the thing that you wanted to do? Make dungeons full of monsters?
Funnily enough, I actually also went to a college of architecture, but underneath there, they actually had a visualization program, which included game design, because long story short, gaming software actually evolved from.
You can kind of say that this is maybe her first, maybe second job, but
Architecture software with like 3D rendering and whatnot. And so there, under their game design program, I was able to pick up a...
so I'm thinking if it's a good idea to let like newcomers like this working on this video game in this scale, right?
part-time job as a game designer, initially thinking I wanted to be an artist, but over time I just fell in love with being able to design things and like putting things together and player interaction, really focusing on like experiences and making levels and environments that people have fun in. I feel so like elated just due to the fact that being under NDA for so long, which granted I haven't been on this project as long as Dini has, but being able to finally be able to tell friends like, oh hey, here's the game, go try it, and like tell me what you think, and being able to see everybody just so happy with it and taking critique and like responding to it as fast as we can. Just overall loving to hear people boast about it and getting to basically flaunt like, hey, this is what I've been working on for the past long while.
My wife's family is huge on Diablo, so it's been a lot of them like asking me like where everything is and like where all this stuff is hiding, which I'm like, well, I can tell you about the dungeons. It's about as far as I get. No, it's been pretty cool though. Like it's they.
Yeah, I think that's the issue, because you have these departments that work in the dungeons, in the open world, in the class system, in the fucking event system, in the world boss events, and no one works together, I don't think, as far as we can see, because she doesn't know anything about the game other than dungeons. So how exactly is the project like Diablo 4 is going to be successful?
They don't.
We have in Czech language we have this saying that right arm doesn't know what left arm is doing, right? I think this is one of the issues that we have in Diablo 4.
Often get together to play games, so they've got like a Discord server going, so it's kind of cool like watching them all like go
really
through
sweet.
and actually get together and like, you know, play the game together and stuff. So it's been kind of a mini family bonding moment.
I think the other thing is like this game is so expansive that initially I was thinking, oh, I worked on it for so many years, I'm not gonna play it as much whenever the game fully releases, but I've been pleasantly surprised. Like the game is so expansive. Like while I've worked on dungeons, the overworld alone, like there's so much content there, and there's so many other dungeons I just haven't worked on. There's always content to go look forward to and playing too.
So we're at the drowned sea hag. As you can see, she's quite the lady, and she loves making your life miserable.
Yeah, she leaves puddles on the ground that you have to make sure you don't step on or get pushed into by the waves.
She's literally just auto-attacking the whole round.
Rolling by, like that.
She was actually the big boss of the.
Should we count every single Hammer of the Ancients?
2019 or whatever when we announced the game.
Oh really?
Yeah. She was what everyone fought. We had this like cool sequence with a cave that was like flooded, and you had to like drain the water.
I mean, the rogue is decent, right?
Water, and you'd find her at the end or whatever.
She knows what exactly. No, not
she
what
is,
exactly.
She's one of many.
She knows
bosses that we have.
What to do.
Floating around.
Much more.
There's also one tough SOB.
I remember the vampire boss being also quite difficult as well.
Vampire boss?
Alright, can you
Vampire boss being difficult? Hold on.
She is one of many bosses we have floating around. She is also one tough SOB.
I remember the vampire boss being also quite difficult as well.
Oh, Bloodsucker. Alright, can you stop?
She mean Bald Bishop?
We got her nearly halfway.
He literally has one difficult.
That's good. I'm running out of. I'm running low on health potions. I gotta get more. I feel like I am average at games. I don't know. It kind of depends. Like one of the cool things about our dungeon group is that we all kind of have like.
And even I don't think Blood Bishop is a vampire at all. You see?
Different games that we like and different games that we're good at versus not good at, or like
maybe I'm just
some of us are a little more casual, some of us are a little more hardcore, and it's kind of cool because then we can try and find this like balance between all of our stuff to make sure that everyone is having a good time regardless of whatever their gaming preferences are. It's kind of a nice dynamic to have, especially when you're making content. If everyone has like the same temperament towards the games they like and how they like to play them, well then everything ends up one note. But when you have designers with different opinions, then you can find the balance between what everyone likes, make the appropriate compromises, and then more people get to have fun with your stuff because you're trying to cover more of your audience. Yeah.
And we beat the boss!
Designers with different opinions. Be your last stupid mistake.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Showback. Yeah, I love this guy.
Emotes?
I love this guy.
Tommy.
There are so many.
Pawazar.
Yo, I want to count every single Hammer of the Ancient that was in the game.
Architectural. It's the look of like they're all the different like.
Let me speed it up.
Looks of the dungeons that we have in the game, your standard caves or your crypts, or in this case these are like Cathedral of Light themed or Zakara themed. Our dungeon artists have this
one
really cool thing they can do where they can add themes to stuff to make it stand out. So we've got like gore if we want like body parts and stuff like that, or like spider webs, things like that. This one, however, happened to get a drowned theme, and it is the only dungeon of this type in terms of art. I think that actually the drowned match very well with the Belfry Zakara theme, just due to the fact that what we'll find later is there are bells going on in the dungeon, and so everybody knows that there are drowned bells, and for them to be in a so it's a little goodies upgraded. Time will come in and then wind up basically giving critique, and then also we'll make it better from there, and they'll understand, hey, this was like the core of the original idea, and then we'll modify it to fit standards for the rest of the game on making sure like, hey,
maybe then there might be more, but we didn't see from the perspective of
killing all these monsters in this area is too large, so let's actually shrink it a bit. But we still gotta go find another bell.
Yeah, we do a lot of play tests as something that they want to have play tested, and we'll all get together and like play test it, and then we have a board where we keep like feedback and stuff like that, so people can have like notes or whatever, and we'll talk about like what was good, what was bad, like what kind of like when we offer like suggestions on like things that could change or things that could improve it, stuff like that. We try to involve as many people as possible, and then like Josie said, usually at some point we tend to like swap
3. We got 3 so
designers
far
on dungeons because collaboration is very important, and it also makes sure that like if there's like bugs in the dungeon later, pretty much anyone can solve a bug because everyone is familiar with all the dungeons. So it makes the process go a lot smoother. Oh, Conway's shrine. Oh, this is one of my favorite shrines. See right there. I'm sure it's the biggest challenge for this one is actually more the area that it's in, and trying to find spots for those really big bells. Like we had to make sure that like those fit, and making sure that usually our biggest challenges are trying to like reduce like backtracking as much as possible. Yeah. So I know it's the biggest headache that everyone has. So we're always looking for ways to improve that kind of stuff.
So, Jimmy, how did you wind up going into game design?
Oh gosh, that's a long and story question. I've actually kind of always wanted to be a game designer. Like it's been kind of my dream since the days of Nintendo. You know, back in like the 80s, you know, game design was kind of a like you had to know someone kind of thing. So I ended up giving up on that initially and went to school for architecture instead. Got through most of an architecture degree, realized this is really not what I wanted to do, and then game design programs started popping up all over the place. So I hopped into one of those. I have died.
Hold on.
And then I got myself full of.
We had a visualization program, which included game design because, long story short,
Yeah, 3
game
hammer
software actually
obligations,
evolved from
boys.
architecture software with like 3D rendering and whatnot. And so there, under their game design program, I was able to pick up a part-time job as a game designer. Initially thinking I wanted to be an artist, but over time I just fell in love with being able to design things and like putting things together and player interaction, really focusing on like experiences and making levels and environments that people have fun in. I feel so like elated just due to the fact that being under NDA for so long, which granted I haven't been on this project as long as he has, but being able to finally be able to tell friends, like,
Bro,
oh hey,
this
here's
is
the game,
sad.
go try it, and
Holy
like tell me what you
shit.
think, and being able to see
This is
everybody
actually
just so happy
pretty
with it
sad,
and taking
bro.
critique and like responding.
I want anyone who can make a GIF. I want them to make a GIF out of these little A and X buttons, like the A spam.
To it as fast as we
Right.
can. Just overall loving to hear people post about it.
I
and,
want somebody
getting
to
basically
make
flaunt,
this.
like, hey, this is what
make
I've been
this
working on for the
fucking
past
GIF.
while.
My wife's family is
It's
huge
going-
on
bro.
Diablo, so it's been a lot of them like asking me like where everything is and like where all the stuff is hiding.
And-
Which I'm like, tell you about the dungeons. It's about as far as I get. No, it's been
And
pretty cool though. Like,
describe it
it's,
as
they
when Blizz developer is trying to play the game.
don't often get together to play games. So it's been they've got like a Discord server going, so it's kind of cool like watching them all like go through and actually get together and like play the game together and stuff. So it's been kind of a mini family bonding moment.
I think the other thing is like this game is so expensive that initially I was thinking, oh, I worked on it for so many years, I'm not gonna play it as much whenever the game fully releases. But I've been
Okay.
pleasantly surprised. Like
3 Hammer of the Ancients.
the game is so expensive.
And
While
I
I've worked
don't
on
think she
dungeons, the
used
overworld
any
alone,
of
is, there's so much content there,
any of
and
it
there's so many other dungeons I just haven't worked on. There's always content
on
to
those.
go look forward to and playing too.
So we're at the drowned sea hag. As you can see, she's quite a lady, and she loves making your life miserable.
Yeah, she leaves puddles on the ground that you have to make sure you don't step on or get pushed into by the waves rolling by, like that.
She was actually the big boss of the BlizzCon demo back in was it 2019 or whatever when we announced the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She was what everyone thought. We had this like cool sequence of the cave that was like flooded, and you had to like drain the water, and you find her one at tough.
Nearly halfway. There we go.
I'm running out of rolling off buttons. I gotta get more.
I don't think she's
feel like I'm
using
average
Hammer
games.
of the Ancients.
I don't know. It kind of depends.
when-
Like one of the cool things about our dungeon
when
group is that we all kind of have like
there's a
different games that we like and different games that we're good at versus
or
not good at, or like you know some of us are a little more casual, some of us are a little more hardcore, and it's kind of cool because then we can try and find this like balance between all of our stuff to make sure that you know everyone is having a good time regardless of whatever their like the gaming preferences are. It's kind of a nice dynamic to have opinions, and you can like you know find the balance between what everyone likes, make the appropriate compromises, and then more people can have fun with your stuff because you're trying to
Bro,
more of your audience.
we got
Yeah,
Can we be the boss?
I really want.
we got 3 Hammer of the Ancients in a whole fucking dungeon, bro. I mean, shouldn't they use like someone else to showcase a game? Because when the community was actually asking Blizzard to show us how developers play the game, at least me, I can't talk about. I mean, I can't speak for all of us, right? But I don't think this is it. This ain't it, brother.
I want to make a fanfare, but it's the wrong genre. So, do we have any emotes?
We have.
I can say hello.
I can taunt you.
Oh,
There are so many ways I can kill you.
all right, fine.
And this is literally the first time they are using emotes.
This will be your last.
That will be your last stupid mistake.
Thank you, Dean, so much for playing. And
Yes, thank you for playing with me. I know we do this on a daily basis, but this is a special occasion because we've got friends this time, and they got to
So,
experience this with us.
apparently
Thank you for joining us.
they
Thank you for playing our
don't
game.
play their own
We're loving all the
games.
positive feedback from it, and it helps keep us going and make more stuff for you. And there's plenty more stuff to come.
thank you all so much.
Bye.
Bro, this was painful to watch.